What is up, everybody? I'm NoLucksGiven, and today we're going to be taking a look at a game that features all of the sweet stuff from the new patch. We're going to be looking at the new and improved Snow Angel. We're going to see great library card. We're going to see Krampus's sleigh. And we are also going to see the Radiant Prism. So this is a really sweet game, and it starts off very strong for us too, seeing two good units in that first shot. Basically, when I'm playing Snow Angel in the early game, I'm locking if there's good units. And the fact that there's a shrink spell, we can buy and sell chicken to also pick up this baby dragon, just adds some additional awesome payoff for us. So that is really sweet. We get a bonus Sherwood Shore Shot. Most people on turn 2 running 2 units. If you're lucky, 3. Snow Angel, 4, and we're playing up against a skip that is only running 1. So we're definitely going to be able to win this first combat and just be really strong for this point in the game. I'm thinking here that the best you can do, we're already ahead, so I'm gonna pick up an egg here and then roll and see if I can find another good unit. And I think that this is totally acceptable. I could have even rolled again because I found the forbidden fruit. But I figured, you know what, I'll pick up a 2-3, make it a 2-6, that's fine. It's at least stronger than the stuff that I had in the first shop, which was like not really exciting. I think it was like, well, this has the blind mice and some lordies. I think the previous shop was some similar stuff, but now we get to play a board of 6 units, so that should be good. Sometimes Loki can high roll, but we are rolling higher than Loki here, and even hitting them for 7. So pretty incredible stuff. And then we see a shop that is all good. So pretty great as well. We can combine the Happy Little Trees, skip the treasure, and then take the Good Witch. But Fountain of Youth is pretty good itself, so I'm thinking let's take the Fountain of Youth and then let's just lock onto these good units, and then we'll sell some things off so that we can afford everything that we want to here. Now we're really just locking onto the Good Witch plus the Kidnap spell, but getting to play a pair of 6-7 Romeos plus that egg in the back. We're doing good. We're doing some good things here. Fountain of Youth, not a treasure that I thought I would really be taking that much, but certainly good on Snow Angel because I'm going to try to play as many good units as possible. That's going to let Baby Root survive, which just lets us be additionally even stronger, and then we'll get to take out my opponent's Humpty while our Humpty survives. So pretty sweet stuff all around. I'll pick up the Good Witch, and then I'm going to sell off the Humpty, I think, for the Stag. There is always a little bit of, and I say always as if I've mastered the Snow Angel at this point, but there's always going to be some interesting give and take with Snow Angel. Mainly, do you want to buy and sell any 2-cost good unit that you find? Because basically the way that the math works out, it costs you 1 gold to buy and sell a 2-cost unit, which effectively means you are paying market price for a level 4 unit and then a level 5 unit, because it takes 5 triggers, which means if you buy and sell, buy and sell, buy and sell, buy and sell, you paid 5 for a tier 5 unit and ahead of the curve. So a lot of times I think that does work out financially for you, and we're also gonna walk away from this one with some prized pig gold, so we'll have some additional finances to play with. But yeah, it's always like, I don't know, and that'll be an interesting thing to see how that develops as people play more and more with Snow Angel. Do they want to just spend their gold picking up every tier 2 and tier 3 unit? You'll see I didn't pick up the egg that was just there, but now I think it is worth picking up the Happy Little Tree, buying and selling the Baby Rooted Happy Little Tree before I pick up this Good Witch. So your mileage may vary. I think that players all around are just going to get better and better with managing their Snow Angel economy as this moves on. By the way, I'm at the top of the screen, so that way you can see the Snow Angel quest as that ticks down there. So yeah, that's something. Hopefully I'll remember to do that for every Snow Angel game. But We're really strong at this point in the game. We'll see this Horde Dragon looks pretty strong too. They've got the Helm of the Ugly Gosling, and unfortunately, yeah, that looks like it is going to be enough to take us out. It was close there though, if they had hit the 50-50 a different way. So that could definitely have gone either way for us. And now we are level 4, but we're building towards a tier 5 unit, and I didn't pick up the Ogre Princess. I thought that was a little bit expensive. I definitely do want Nutcracker, and with the fact that I want Nutcracker, I'm just kind of eyeing up, should I just buy and sell this soul tax so that way I get the Nutcracker and I get the tier 5 right now? So I decided to do that, buy and sell the soul tax, and that's going to give us a Robin Wood, which is a pretty nice bonus unit to be able to latch onto. Now I could go for the XP here. Again, still kind of playing around, learning Snow Angel. 5 XP is 5 gold that you're not spending on good units. So I'm not sure how heavily you need to pursue XP on Snow Angel. She's kind of got XP built right in there. So we will see if we can grab this tier 4 treasure from Nutcracker. We're only going to get 1 trigger on it this turn, but we're kind of playing into the Court Wizard of it all as well, and am overall just going to be very strong. Our Wonder Waddle there with a Clock Tower, so they might be able to put some fun stuff together too. We'll triple the Romeo, and from there I'll take Merlin's Hat. I think that once you've got a Merlin's Hat, then the XP starts to look a lot more enticing, but until then, maybe not. And I'm looking at this board. I've got a Court Wizard, I've got 1 upgraded Royal, and I've got a Nutcracker kind of waiting to go. So I am going to pick up this Prince Arthur here, and then I'm going to sell off both of my mages for a Lonely Prince before selling that off to cast Merlin's Test on the Court Wizard. Again, that Lonely Prince, or Frog Prince as it became, was just to tick down the Snow Angel. But Merlin's Test, I think, is really good if you can find a way to pump up Court Wizard. Fortunately, Court Wizard no longer a royal, but maybe that's for the better, because Snow Angel is still really good without that change. It's awkward to balance units around specific heroes, but Snow Angel is obviously quite good. My opponent going to steal 2 of my Romeos, so that is a little bit annoying, considering they have a Court Wizard as well. But we do have a bunch of just really large ranged units, so we will be able to win this one despite giving my opponent a whole bunch more Court Wizard triggers. So you gotta be feeling good about how strong you are when you can just have a combat like that. And again, buying and selling all of these good units is going to grab us our tier 6 good unit, and then I throw in this Bear Stain just to give both of my stags +2/+2. Bear Stain isn't the best unit that you can grab off Snow Angel, so I'm not super excited to see that, but I am pretty excited to see, I think it happens here. Oh, okay, no, it's coming in the future. All right, I'll save that. We can also pick up a Blessing of Athena, give everything +1/+1. Again, just a little bit more survivability for these stags to be able to pump our ranged units, and overall, just be really strong for us. Yeah, the more you can pump Court Wizard, the better. So Blessing pumps it, and then the Stags can pump it as well. So everything here looking pretty good. My opponent casts a Falling Star, so that is going to trigger the Nutcracker additionally. So love that. And then will Monster Book trigger a Fireball? So we are only 1 trigger away there from activating Nutcracker. Unfortunately, we do lose to Skip. So good for Skip, but a little bit awkward there. But now we are on 5.0 and could go for like another Merlin's Test. I don't think I go for that one there. Yeah, I think that we can do better. Now I think that I would potentially be looking to pick up some XP in some capacity, and then I grab another Robin Wood. That is just going to be another strong unit before picking up another Humpty Dumpty and grabbing the Easter egg treasure. We do also see Potion Master's Cookbook there, a new spell, but don't really need it. And I thought Humpty Dumpty would be a fun thing. And then I just sell off the Humpty so that we can pick up the Happy Little Tree and sell that. And from there, I just cast the Hi-Ho. It doesn't matter. It's really just the ability to cast a spell, maybe that pumps a Storm King that we find later. There's no reason not to. So I go for that. And our first stag is going to get in there, a Nutcracker is going to get that trigger, and then Court Wizard and Robin Wood will be our ranged units to hopefully clean some stuff up here, though my opponent looking pretty big. This one is going to be a super close battle that we do wind up walking away with a victory from. And Easter egg seems like it's awkward here. I've only got the 2 upgraded royals in the front row, but it is actually pretty good. There's the Krampus' sleigh, by the way. We're going to pick that up too. The Easter egg treasure is really good with ranged units, so I actually think that it is good with this comp. Now, unfortunately, we've only found the 1 Court Wizard, so we're not really going super crazy into this comp, and it probably means that we'll get out of it, but Treasure Map is a great way to get out of it. I'm also curious if Treasure Map has any interaction with Krampus' sleigh. I don't think it should. That would be weird, though, because you kind of do, like, discover the treasures in the same way, but I don't think that it has any interaction, and we'll find out in a moment as we battle up against this Sphinx. Locking here, I believe, for the XP spell, but I'll pick up the Stag as well, and then throw in the Green Knight that we get from our Snow Angel quest. There was a lot that happened in that very last second there, and then move Robin Wood to the front, casting, getting rid of that happy little tree. So some quick movements there gave us a much bigger board for this battle, and that's going to be enough to let us find the win after my opponent steals a Court Wizard. Again, Robin Wood getting that egg buff. My opponent, interestingly, and this is really cool to know because I was curious how this was going to work out, my opponent has no treasures. We beat them in combat, but they've got no treasures, so smartly, the Krampus' sleigh does not activate, and that's really, really cool to know. You don't have to worry about it feeling bad if you are unable to steal any sweet treasures from your opponent. So that's really cool. And then here we are actually level 6 because we picked up the XP, so we'll grab a good boy. And we can actually do surprisingly a lot with a good boy on this board because both of our Robin Woods are going to pump up both of our last breath units. So that'll pump up the good boy and the friendly spirit, which is a ton more stats for all of my ranged units in the back. And we are also supporting them with Green Knight, so they're both getting +7, +10. We're getting a whole bunch of just extra stats out of them. And then those extra stats will go to everything else as well. So yeah, that's all a lot of fun. And now we are playing up against Celestial Tiger. We're going to try to take down their Storm King a little bit, and we'll see if all of these bonus stats on my ranged units looks like it will be. With that ranged attack, that was really, really good to snipe my opponent's Wizard's Familiar. So we're going to get a win, and they've actually become Sadrak, but interestingly, their treasures are not super powerful. But I told you this game was also going to feature the Great Library card. I do think that the Great Library card is actually a pretty powerful treasure, even this late in the game, because now we can roll for, well, we're going to grab a tier 7 treasure too, and we're also going to grab the Radiant Prism this turn. But one of the things that is really cool about this is now we can try to find some more spells for Good Boy, so we can try to find Knighthood or something like that. But we're doing a lot already. All of our characters are all types, so Good Boy is a royal, mage, wizard, all of this stuff. And from here, we can pick up a Lordy, give everything +14 at the start of combat, and then I go for a True Love's Kiss on my Bear Stain that I'm not using, and we find a pumpkin. And then I'm going to lock onto a Evil Twin, because we can make another copy of either Good Boy or Lordy or potentially something else. We'll see. But yeah, we've very quickly gone into a pretty strong Radiant Prism comp, and this is going to be, yeah, really, really sweet for us. So we'll see what we are able to put together. My pumpkin doesn't die, but I'm actually thinking I will Evil Twin Court Wizard. Court Wizard is just a really big payoff for Radiant Prism. I'm pretty familiar with this type of strategy from some of my Storybook Brawl 99 excursions, and ultimately think that this will be just pretty good for us. So we're going to try this out, making another copy of Court Wizard, and that way we'll just get a bunch of bonus attacks that are hopefully really large bonus attacks, because we are pumping up this good boy with Lordy and then also with Robin Wood. And we can pump up Lordy and good boy even more. More importantly, the good boy, by locking onto this knighthood. And this is really, I think, showing a lot of the strength of the Great Library card later into the game. Just having double the ability to find some of these really good high-end treasures or spells rather, is just really super powerful. My opponent attacks into my friendly spirit, which of course triggers both of my court wizards, which are now quite large. And yeah, just really strong in general. We actually attacked into a mage on my opponent's side and triggered all of their court wizards, but we still have a pumpkin. Unfortunately, the rotten apple tree is in the last slot and my opponent doesn't attack into it for a while. So we actually take a little bit of damage there, but I'm not really worried. That was a really random combat where we attacked their one mage and then just got really unlucky with how the pumpkin spawn worked out. But I think that most of our combats are going to wind up being a little bit better. But here's an interesting point of the game. Should I just be purchasing and selling every tier 2 unit? Because every tier 2 unit is going to take down Snow Angel, which means that I could potentially find another Good Boy or Green Knight or Bear Stain. I think no. And I think that once you're at the point where you've reached level 6, that's where you just say, okay, Snow Angel is a nice thing if it happens. Sure, you want to purchase some extra units if you lock onto the shop at the end of the turn, but aside from that, I don't think that you want to go crazy with it. And we are going to go a little bit crazy with it here. Good boy just getting to deliver a bunch of stats to the rest of the team. My opponent with 2 pumpkins. This is a ghost, but still with 2 pumpkins. They are looking pretty strong, looking for some scam, but the Radiant Prism is going to ultimately be pretty unstoppable here. And I thought this was a really sweet game just to be able to show off the Radiant Prism so early. Now we're going to be playing up against Wonderwaddle, and I'm thinking Ashwood Elm could be cool. It'll pump everything, so it kind of pumps my Last Breath units. Maybe I don't need the Robin Wood. I think I do want the pumpkin as well. So first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to buy and sell the chicken. That you do want to do because it's free, and then I wind up getting another good boy. So now I kind of regret picking up the Ashwood Elm. I probably should have picked up the pumpkin first, or just not picked up the Ashwood Elm at all. But at this point, I really don't need the Ashwood Elm because 2 good boys is so strong. So sell the Ashwood, pick up the pumpkin, and then from there, I'm thinking, let's just go for a Queen's Grace on good boy. The other one will get pumped up by the Robin Wood. I don't think the ordering really matters there on the 2 of them. It's a little bit random, which you want to die first regardless, but we'll see how this works out against my opponent's Wonderwaddle, and it looks like it's going to work out pretty well. My opponent did have an upgraded good boy, but we just have so many synergies going on with the fact that everything is a synergy. That is just going to give us some massive good boys, and 2 massive good boys in this scenario beats 1 massive good boy. That's going to finally give our court wizard some Easter egg treasure, so that's pretty nice as well. Maybe that's been happening a little bit because, yeah, the second court wizard has been pumped twice. Not going to worry about Hercules. I think at this point, there's not really too much that I want to add to the board. We can use Beauty's Influence just to give +4 health. Again, we can use Queen's Grace to give +7/+7. I think that could have been fine too, but I'm just rolling for a little bit here and seeing what else we can find. And I think that any spell is pretty reasonable. What I decided to go for here, though, is just for a True Love's Kiss. Now that we're out of gold, I'm locking onto the Knighthood for next turn. So I decided True Love's Kiss onto the Green Knight, and that turns into the good boy for us. So pretty fantastic. We'll pick up a Phoenix Feather from that, and that is just going to make us ridiculously strong to end things out here. And Good Boy is at one point our weakest unit. so that it will get the Robin Hood bonus and then also becomes our strongest unit so that it gets the Phoenix Feather bump. And I think I'm gonna rewind this combat back just because it's so sweet. So Good Boy, again, going to be it's just a 5/5, so it's going to receive the Robin Hood buff, but everything is so close in power that by the time it receives the Robin Hood buff, it's just by 1. It is 1 attack higher than Robin Hood, but that means that the Good Boy will resummon here from the Phoenix Feather. So really, really insane stuff, all of this being very powerful. Good Boy won't pump itself anymore from a Phoenix Feather. It's slightly different than Mirror, but still a extremely powerful and impressive performance, and we got to use a bunch of the new stuff from the new patch. So really sweet game. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this one. We got to see the Radiant Prism first and foremost, but also the new Snow Angel, Krampus's sleigh, and I think this was even a really good selling point for the Great Library card, is just a good late game treasure. That one is going to be really, really fantastic. It's probably something that you always want to pick up unless you really need the stats from some of the other stuff. But that is going to be it for me today. Thank you guys very much for watching. More sweet videos coming soon, I think on Tuesday. No, actually, maybe even tomorrow. There will be another Radiant Prism game. So a lot of sweet stuff to look forward to on this new patch, and hopefully you guys are having fun with it. That is going to be it for me today. I'm NoLucksGiven. Peace.